What is going on, everybody? So today this beautiful Rennie towel fish is going to its new home. I'm really excited about it. He's made it through the quarantine, so that's 6 weeks this fish has been through treatment and through observation, and it's doing great. And I'm really excited to finally be able to put it in a more natural environment, and I just can't wait to see this fish to its full potential. So I'm gonna bag him up. Also, a little purple dotty back that keeps hiding from me behind the sponge. There's a little purple dotty back there. Taking that one, and then we're gonna go ahead and probably take this little singled out blenny as well, just because all these fish have gone through their quarantine, and I think this will make a good addition to the customer's tank. And he's in his 10-gallon by himself, and all his other buddies and brothers and sisters have been sold, so it's his time. Also got a bunch of customers that we're gonna be bringing dove snails to. This snail is very similar to the Nacera snail, where it kind of, you can see how they're kind of upside down. They don't like the shallow sand bed. So basically what it does is it buries themselves just like the Nacera snail, and then you know, when it smells food in the water, use this little tube right there, smells food in the water, it unburies itself, and then it searches out for that food. Basically a scavenger snail, but they're really big. They're much bigger than the Nacera snails, and they do a great job of scavenging uneaten food, eating, you know, like fish waste and stuff like that. But they keep the sand bed turned up. So if you had a couple of these and you have a good sized sand bed, they do a great job keeping the sand beds turned up. So that's why we're gonna be putting them in a couple of customers' tanks today. So not only are we gonna be adding these fish to the customers' tanks, I'll give you guys a quick tour of each tank that I'm putting it in, and I'll give you an update on how these tanks are doing. So I'm gonna pack up right now, and let's head out. Oh, so here we are at the customer's tank. And in this tank, which I'm gonna show you in a second, we're gonna be putting the dove snails in there, because I like to keep the sand bed stirred up. And because this tank is so dang deep and I can't get down there, these guys hopefully will do the job for me. I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. All right, so here's the tank. You can see how deep it is, and it's kind of it is a pain in the butt to do a gravel vac on this tank and keep the sand stirred up. And so that's where these snails come into play. You can see how deep the sand bed is. It's really deep, and there's pockets there that we gotta constantly keep stirred up. So these snails, by digging in there and hiding and then coming out when they smell food, are gonna really help keep that sand bed stirred up. And that's what I'm looking for. So they're gonna be part of the utility cleanup crew that this tank desperately needs. And I'm gonna put just 2 of them in here for now and see how they do. But the tank's doing great. Itself, it's running for years. But we want to make sure that stand bed stays stirred up and doesn't give us any issues in the future. You can see there's some buildup over there, some green algae that's building up. All right, so they're both in. One has yet to flip himself over, but I have no doubt that it will. And the other one has already started to bury himself, so that's a good sign. Hoping that they do what, I'm really hoping they do a good job in the sand. We'll know when I check back in about 4 days. I think I'll be back here. All right, so here we are at the next job in this tank. I'm really excited to show you guys. It's because you don't really see tanks like this anymore. So let me get my ladder, and then we'll head inside. See you there. All right, so here we are at the cylinder tank. It's a little bit cloudy because I just did the water change. So far in this aquarium, we have a blue hippo tang, we have a PJ cardinal, we have a coral beauty somewhere in here, green spotted puffer here, we have a striped blenny in here somewhere too, which I just did the water change, so everybody's kind of hiding. If we give them a few minutes, I'm sure they'll come out. But today we're going to be adding, the dotty back here, and some snails, and also this fork-tail blenny. Now, I was gonna do the Banggai cardinals in this aquarium, but they have the PJ cardinal, and I just want to wait until we add those, maybe next time. And so probably chill for that for now. But this is a pretty cool looking aquarium. It's kind of tough to service, just because it is pretty deep. It's pretty tall. I mean, I have to get up on a ladder, and then to try to reach the bottom is tough. And it's acrylic too, so you can't really use a scraper because you'll scratch it. We picked this tank up recently, but it's made progress. I mean, the corals are doing better than they've ever done. Also, if you check it out there, I know it's kind of hard to see, there's an anemone. I just added that 2 weeks ago, and it stinks because for whatever reason you decided to do in the middle of the waving hand Amphilia, which if he started killing the waving hand anthelia, that'd be great. But when the waving hand anthelia is out, you can't even see him. I didn't even notice he was here when I first got here. But yeah, I think this tank is it's gonna be really cool. See, there's a striped bunny right there. Boom. So he's gonna have a little buddy. Once this tank is filled with fish, it's gonna look really dope. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Also, there's some firefish in here too. I forgot about that. There's 2 of them in here. Now we're slowly starting to restock this tank because when we first took over service here, the fish were dying left and right. They had marine velvet. The only survivors of that marine velvet are the PJ Cardinals, blue hippo tank, and then we were able to save a coral beauty. The rest of them all perished. So we're slowly starting to restock the tank with quarantine fish. So that's good. We lost, well, we didn't lose. They lost a bunch of fish. We came in here and we were able to dose the tank and get it back on track and save the remaining fish that are in the tank. But the tank now is disease-free, and like I said, we dosed the tank with meds, and the corals are coming back fully after a couple of water changes and things like that. We're good. We're back at it. We're trying to investigate the snail there, but the snail's already buried himself. There's the other little firefish that just came out. Yeah, looks like everything is good in this tank. Hopefully next time, the fish that I added just now, they're hiding. Hopefully next time I'm here, they will come out and we'll see them once they feel comfortable. But both of those fish, at least the dotty back, everybody knows they tend to stay to themselves and hide a bit. So, but oh, there's the bunny right there. If I can get a video of it, he's towards the back, right there. Yeah, he'll be out a lot. That fish won't hide. It's pretty cool. I'm really happy that we can have an anemone in this tank, and hopefully the clownfish take to it. That would be awesome. Before, the anemone would not live in this tank, so the fact that it's able to live now and that the clownfish is kind of chilling by it, that's a huge win. So there's the bunny right there. He's out. That's a good sign. Look at that. That's a really pretty fish. Wow, I love the color of the head is like a blue and then a yellow body. And they get good size too. This fish will get about 5 inches easily. Maybe, you know, bigger and with a streamer with its tail. That's so cool. Purple dotty back is back there in that cave somewhere. I'm just looking for the bar gobies. I have 2 bar gobies in here, but I think those are hiding right now. 2 or 3, I can't remember. All right, so here we are at the next job. And one thing I wanted to point out with this aquarium is the sand has got a lot of diatoms in it. Well, it's got some diatoms in it, but the gravel is actually not really dirty. You can see I'm stirring it up right there. There's not much in there, and that's because this is a relatively new tank and is slowly getting mature. But I wanted to get these dove snails in there because I think it will help keep the sand stirred up. And then we have our Rennie tile. That's going to go in this aquarium as well, so I'm acclimating that. So not only do we have the Rennie tile fish for this aquarium, we also have the dove snails in here, which are going to probably do a really good job keeping the sand stirred up, deal with some of those diatoms, and then they'll be good in the future because there's going to be a lot of fish in here, so they'll keep the sand, you know, constantly stirred up. And they put that guy right back so he doesn't, for whatever reason, these guys love going on their back. You can see here how the snail is going under the sand, and by going under the sand, he's kind of stirring it up. He's already starting to bury himself. And then he'll bury himself to feel protected, and then once he smells some food, he'll come back out. We also put one here in this tank, in the seahorse tank. So we got a bunch of seahorses right here, which we're gonna upgrade this tank pretty soon. But we put one in here, keep that sand bed stirred up. Again, it's a thick sand bed. I don't want to disturb it too much because the macroalgae is loving it, so I want to keep it. All right, so the Rennie tilefish is ready. I've been slowly adding water from the tank into this bag, and this fish is gonna look amazing in this aquarium because it's the biggest fish so far in this aquarium, and it's definitely needed. Oh, that looks amazing. I'm so excited about this. Now, all these fish in this aquarium all have come from us. They have all been quarantined, so we know that they've gone through the treatment and they, you know, they should be healthy. Every single fish in this aquarium, we got aquaculture yellow tang, we got mystery wrasse, we got clownfish, aquaculture clownfish, we have chalk bass, we have
striped blenny, so many different types of fish in this aquarium, but we are just getting started. Little firefish in the back there, springery daddyback, so many cool fish in this tank. It's still in a mature system, so we still got a long way to go, but I'm really excited. Yeah, I cannot wait to show you guys how this tank progresses in the future. But until then, I got to get to other jobs. Thanks for watching.